What's up, everybody, and welcome to ITG Daily, the show that brings you the hottest in gaming news. I'm Drew Bosley. You can find me on Twitter at ArtisticGamer28, and that's the one, the only. It is Scott Savage. You can find him on Twitter at Savage. Scott, happy Summer Game Fest Day. Dude, I'm
That's
so
right.
excited.
That's mainly what's on my mind right now.
Absolutely, man. Here we go, right? It is the week of former E3. Goodbye, rest in peace. Rumors are floating around, though, that they're coming back.
This one's called G3.
Jeff Keighley 3.
That's right. I didn't make that
done.
up, but I did see it on Twitter.
Oh, that is nice. That is very cool. Yeah, absolutely. Dude, I'm so excited. I can't wait. But what people can wait for is finding us over on twitch.tv/the official ITG, normally at 11 a.m. Eastern, but due to some internet complications over here, it's been one heck of a week, and apparently you got another week ahead of me yet.
Today there was a bit of wait. Yeah,
Oh,
we're
my
still feeling out how that's going to be. It's just local development, really. Not our fault.
Nope, nothing we can control on our side. But
Drew has paid the bills, as far as I understand.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yep. You can also join us live over on YouTube at ITG Reviews, but you can't join us live. Hit us up later inside the game.ca podcast services, the TV streaming networks around the globe. Scott, coming up on today's show, Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, and Warzone 2 details have emerged. DICE continues to work on Battlefield 2042, and Xbox shows us the future before their big event, which is kind of cool. I get why they're doing this, and we'll get into details about that. So let's get going as we jump into the world of Call of Duty. Warzone content will not transfer to Warzone 2. This comes from Austin over at Polygon. Scott, are you a little disappointed in this little headline already? I feel like it's one of those shows.
Not exactly, just because I've been out of Warzone for so long now, but that is definitely going to be really angering if you've been grinding at Warzone to try and progress your level, unlock the guns, the attachments, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to get reset. That's kind of annoying, isn't it?
Kind of, right? When you compare
Although Warzone 1 isn't going anywhere.
No, it's not. But when you compare it to Fortnite right off the hop, dude, Fortnite is just Fortnite, right? It stays. If you've been playing that now for years.
There's no Fortnite 2 yet.
No, there's not. But yeah, and I don't think there will be. I don't know if there needs to be. So I'm kind of surprised that they're doing a Warzone. I get the Warzone 2.0 upgrade, but to lose all that progress and not be able to carry stuff over kind of shocks me. But let's get into the article. Call of Duty's Battle Royale spinoff, Warzone, is getting a sequel later this year, and developer Infinity Ward is slowly rolling out more details about the game. While we still don't know its official name, we do know that Warzone 2.0 will not carry over any content from the original. Ouch. Infinity Ward made this announcement shortly after it revealed the latest game in the franchise, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. That's right, the Warzone 2.0 content announcement also came with a statement. October 28th marks a new beginning for Call of Duty, starting with the release of Modern Warfare 2. Soon after, a wholly new Warzone will launch as an extension of the Modern Warfare 2 universe. With it comes new technology, new features, and new gameplay that work seamlessly together. But just not seamlessly with last game. Throughout, we have taken a wide range of community feedback to heart. In order to fully deliver this state-of-the-art experience, Warzone 2 will feature new Modern Warfare 2 content and systems with brand new progression and inventories. Today's Warzone will continue as a separate experience that will include a continuation of player progression and inventories within that Warzone experience. Scott, keyword within that Warzone experience.
Yeah, I'm wondering if any of the past Call of Duty games are going to award you anything for completing them, especially the latest 2.
Sure.
Or 3, perhaps, including Modern Warfare. But is it going to give you any sort of unlocks? Because I've played Vanguard, will I get access to some of the World War II weapons? Again, I'm not sure why you'd want to, but just that option. Well, I believe the Moss and Nagant is still in Warzone 1, but it begs the question, what is in Warzone 2 or Modern Warfare 2 that's not already in from Modern Warfare 1? There's already heartbeat scanners, there's all the technology that I can imagine.
No, for sure, right? It comes with a little bit more detail here as well. All this means that current Warzone players will continue to be able to log into their Warzone accounts and enjoy the game's weapons and items, but none of that inventory will carry over to the sequel, which I think is somewhat disappointing. But dude, when you play a game, it's funny how it works, honestly, right? I think Fortnite's kind of changed the mentality of how the future of a battle royale looks. But when you play one particular game and then that ends, so let's go. I'm in it. Let's talk about it. It's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, dude. I'm not carrying over Origins assets or Odyssey assets into Valhalla, right? Now, granted, that's a single player experience. This is definitely a lot different. But when we go from Last of Us factions multiplayer,
actually,
like, it doesn't carry
I'm thinking
over.
of Ubisoft might be one of the unique companies to offer some sort of cross game progression through the challenges.
You know what?
There's a ton of things I've unlocked in Siege because I've played a bunch of the other Ubisoft games.
Absolutely. Right now in Valhalla, dude, I have Ezio's outfit, right? So we get cosmetic rewards. Will they be able to do that? I think they can do that. At least carry over some of the cosmetics. But
especially if you paid real world money for that, yeah.
Right?
Although that is the drawback that I dislike games of service for, because you spend all that money on something, and then what are you going to do with it afterwards? It's not an NFT, not yet.
I was wondering if you're going to get there or not. It's it is unique though, right? If you look at the Division 1 and you go to Division 2, they're two separate games essentially, and that was a games of service model. When they come out with the Division 3 finally, or whatever that is, we're getting in actually to Division Heartlands is coming over, and that's going to be a separate game. So in essence, dude, they've just created new technology and a new game for another experience, and it kind of does suck that you're not going to be able to carry some of that content over. But at the same time, you're in for a brand new game, and I think you just gotta let that part go, right? It isn't Fortnite. I think is kind of that mentality, but it's weird how that's kind of carved the landscape a little bit and expectations of the gamers. But now when you're in at Affinity Ward, right, and you're making a brand new game, you want a brand new experience. So I wonder if you can get a hold of Corey here and see what he thinks.
It's all to do with balance and such. Can you imagine if Destiny 3 comes out and you keep all of your unlocks from the last two? What would that do to balancing? And then inevitably they would have to add something that makes those guns inferior. So it's a constant battle they're doing. Any developer has to do with a live service game or anything competitive, just for that matter.
No, for sure. The other exciting part too, though, dude, is it's new, right? Like, let's grind something new instead of keeping the old stuff. I think that's kind of a cool thing.
If I had I don't think you would enjoy it if you jump into Warzone 2 and day one there's people with infrared night vision scopes. Like, that's not what you want.
No, it's not. It's not. Are you excited for Modern Warfare 2?
I am actually. I'm really wondering how much they're going to stick to what happened in the reboot Modern Warfare, or how much are they going to pull from the old Modern Warfare 2?
Dude,
is it going to be Makarov and Zakayev and all these characters that I've known to love and hate?
I remember being in that sniper level, and you're on the ground, you're all covered in your camo, and tanks are rolling by you slowly, and the guards are walking by you, and you're just, dude, my heart was racing. Like, it was pounding in a game like that I've never experienced before.
Oh, that time it was 1 though.
Was it 1? Oh man, that was the experience there. I was like, holy, like, can we carry that over now? But we can get that heart pounding experience once again with Modern Warfare 2. Yo, I'm down for that. Let's go for sure. Scott, let's get into the non. Oh man, at one point, do you just kind of call it quits? But DICE is not going to call it quits at all, as there's no end date for Battlefield 2042. This comes from David over at PSU. Scott, this is definitely your experience. Have you jumped back into Battlefield 2042 recently?
I've played a few games here and there, actually. Last week I played a number of games, and there was this update video that was detailed, and I thought, okay, well, I'll try it out again. But at that time, there was no real difference at all. So I'm not sure if that update is just not hit yet, if it's just kind of buried within the playlist. But I didn't experience anything new.
No, well, David has an article over at PSU you guys can check out, but let's kind of skim through it, as Battlefield 2042 has had its issues since launch last November, but at least for now, DICE doesn't have an end date for when it'll stop supporting Battlefield 2042. Good news for those still playing the game, as it hasn't been the easiest time for members of the Battlefield community. Bugs, technical issues, and a lack of new content has set frustrations high, though that could all change very quickly. Season 1, 0 Hour, has been revealed with a June 9th release date, and beyond that, a total of 4 seasons are currently planned by DICE. Scott, does that make you excited at all?
I've seen people's reaction already to this 0 Hour. They call it zero content as an update because it has 1 character, 2 new weapons, 2 new helicopters, I believe, and 1 new map. So people are looking at it, well, it's very underwhelming. And
gotcha.
From my opinion, I thought we were doing away with the operators.
Yeah.
So I'm a little disappointed with that. It seems like we're just adding more to the ranks. Unless they pull over all the operators from Rainbow Six Siege, I don't think I'm going to ever be excited by that.
Yeah, well, dude, the senior producer, Ryan MacArthur, quoted here, "This game for us is a live game. We have 4 seasons playing right now, but we want to keep this game going." I don't know, man. Like this has not been what fans have wanted from the get-go. Even when you talk about the operators, right? Like these special classes that people are not excited for. This is not what they want at all. And they're not really taking that into account or listening to the feedback from what I've seen from the outside looking in. I did jump into the game, dude, and it was rocky, that's for sure. But it just, yeah, I know.
I see we've just shown a clip of my grapple hook.
Yes,
triple kill. That was fun.
Yeah, right there, dude. It's got some highlights, right? There are moments of the game you're like, oh, that was cool. Like that was pretty sweet. But a lot of it, the fans are just kind of going, this isn't working for us. But you know, when you look at Hello Games and No Man's Sky and how they are able to turn that game around, are they able to do that here? Do you think they can do that here with Battlefield 2042, or should they just call it quits, shut it down, and move on to the next one?
I think they really have to. I'm not certain if it would take a huge amount of time to fix it and almost a restart, but they can't leave this on the record. The Battlefield name is too prestigious to have a giant blemish like this. And everybody kind of looked at Hardline as being the ugly duckling of the group.
Yeah.
And Hardline's looking pretty good nowadays. So
man.
I think they really have to put more time and resources into this. And of course, that's not what they wanted to do. It was supposed to be a slam dunk, but it was not. If you want to restore any of the fan faith, you really have to fix this one before selling another one.
That's fair. Yeah. Well, we'll see if they can turn it around. Scott, what's coming up next is what Xbox is building as a gaming platform for the next 20 years. This comes from Will Tuttle over at Will Tuttle reminds me of Orange County Choppers. That's a whole other show.
I never watched that one, I don't think.
Dude, that's a throwback for a different time in my life, I'll tell you. Yeah, this comes from the Xbox Wire. They had a huge update over there to the point where you're like, I've got a ton of it here, but I'm only going to skim through it because there's just that much content. There is a bunch that they're working on, but this Sunday at the Xbox and Bethesda Game Showcase, we'll be giving our fans a closer look at an amazing lineup of games coming to the Xbox, PC, and cloud. As we prepare to pull back the curtain on the games to come, we also wanted to share some updates of how you'll be able to play them. We think of it as a progress update on our mission to bring the joy and community of gaming to the 3 billion gamers on the planet. There's a nice little staple. With Xbox 20th anniversary recently behind us, it's also important to let you know what to expect from Team Xbox, including our devices and services as we build a platform for the next 20 years of gaming. This is pretty cool, man. Like, I think here's the thing, Scott. We know the showcase is just coming up on this weekend, right? Like, this is a big staple and a big stepping point for Xbox. What's the future of Xbox look like? Where is State of Decay 3? Where is Fable? You know, where are we at with some of these games? We know certain titles have been pushed back to next year, right? Like, Starfield comes instantly to mind, which is a little disappointing for a lot, but at the same time, we don't want the Bethesda jank that we've been used to in the past. So take your time.
Well, just a little bit of it.
No, I don't want that anymore. don't do it to me. Don't do that to me. So yeah, let's make sure the game is finished and then polished, and we can have that, you know, that top tier AAA experience that we've all wanted. But we also need to know what's coming up. Here's the thing: is that they dropped this bit of news. They're like, okay, we want to showcase and highlight all the incredible stuff, but here's some cool stuff you should know about that we don't want to put in the conference and waste your time with. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they kind of cleared the time frame.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. But Xbox, here we go, is bringing the Xbox app to Samsung 2022 smart TVs. Expanding the Xbox cloud gaming to more countries, bringing in new game experiences to Microsoft Edge and Windows 11, rolling out updates to the Xbox Game Pass members, introducing more options to express yourself with Xbox Design Lab, and as Microsoft Gaming CEO Phil Spencer says, quote, we're building a platform that can reach billions of players, whether it's on console, whether it's on PC, whether it's on Xbox cloud streaming, where players on any device they want to play on should be able to find the content they want to play. I think that's the biggest thing, right? So here's how this is working. I think this is cool, and we knew this was coming eventually, Scott. Bring the Xbox app to Samsung 2022 smart TVs. Today, we announced we're partnering with Samsung to bring the Xbox app to 2022 smart TVs so that you can play hundreds of cloud-enabled games without a console, Scott.
Yeah, completely. All you need is a controller, and then that makes me wonder, is there other controllers maybe that can connect? Can I use...
Any Bluetooth okay. Controller is what they kind of went into.
Does that mean I can use the DualSense?
Yes.
On an Xbox title. Of course, it wouldn't have any articulated kind of rumble, which is really what I want to play with it. But
yeah, that's for sure.
It's worth noting this is not seemingly. I'm skimming through as well, but this is not available on the Samsung Smart Fridge.
No, that's
which dashes my hopes of playing Fortnite, Doom, Skyrim, and Grand Theft Auto on a fridge.
So here's the other thing. That means hundreds of games on our Game Pass Ultimate Library and Fortnite without a subscription. They went and highlighted Fortnite a few times here, so free games will work. I find that funny, but you gotta bring that in there because it's definitely one of the biggest games around, right? Playing Xbox games on Samsung's 2022 smart TVs will be a seamless experience. It will be similar to using any other streaming app on your TV. It's simple. Starting on June 30th, access the Xbox app from the Samsung Gaming Hub or Media Hub and log in the existing Microsoft account. Connect to your favorite Bluetooth controller. If you're a Game Pass Ultimate member, you'll be able to access to play loads of great enabled cloud games and jump into Fortnite without a subscription, as they highlight once again, Scott.
Well, they just made it appealing to a huge amount of people that way. Makes sense.
And there it is. This is the dude, you got to bring it up. This is where Stadia was going, right?
Yeah. Now, does this mean the end of Stadia?
Yeah, absolutely. This is I know Stadia's got a community that backs them, but they are enabling this to be even one step further, right? So let's get into even a couple more things. Get more out of your Xbox Game Pass membership. We're excited to share that later this year, it's our intent to roll out the ability for Xbox Game Pass Ultimate members to play from the cloud select games they already own or purchased outside of the Xbox Game Pass library. We're also revealing the first details of Project Moorcroft, a program that brings the fun and discovery to play new games, curated demos of upcoming games to our Xbox Game Pass members. The program will begin. Go ahead.
Is that a return to Sony's new
I tier? Think so.
It seems like a return from their serve.
Like it's nuts, man. I love the competition. I absolutely love it. I thrive on this, the back and forth. How can one outdo the other, right? Competition is good, whether you're an Xbox fanboy or a PlayStation fanboy, or you are fortunate enough to play on both sides, right? That you want to be able to do both. And it's one raises the bar, which then the other goes, crap, we need to do something on our side as well. How do we do that? And that's what they are doing. And dude, I absolutely love it. The program will begin rolling out within the next year, beginning with a focus on providing independent developers from around the world more opportunities to build excitement for their games. Participating developers will be able to see how their demos perform and be compensated, enabling them to bring their creativity to Xbox and reach new audiences with Game Pass. Dude, it is fantastic. You can't complain about this. I think they're really moving forward. Then again, we just go back to smart TVs from Samsung. We've been saying now for the last 2 years, 3 years, Scott, they don't care about Xbox. They really don't care about the box. They care about Game Pass and making sure you subscribe.
Well, play anywhere, I believe, is the slogan they've been using for a long time now, too. Yep. So this makes sense as a logical progression. Where do you go after this? We're already on mobile devices. We're already on TVs now. Is there Is there anywhere left? Maybe a Tesla screen?
Right? Yeah, you're just kind of where can you go from here? But that is the ability they want you to take. They basically want you to have the Switch version of Xbox on the go and just take it wherever you want to play, right? It no longer matters where you are playing. As long as you are subscribed to Game Pass, you're able to get into your library, get into the games you already own, because some of the games that I own and you own aren't on Game Pass, but they want to give you that cloud streaming service and to be able to go, okay, you know what, my kids are on the TV, but I still want to play Valhalla. I just jump on through the cloud, go to my iPad, and away I go. Or I go to my phone and continue on playing that way, right? There's so many opportunities here that, dude, I love where Xbox is heading. Big fan of where this is going, and just it enables more people to play, which is always cool. So
I'm hoping that this competition requires that Nintendo has to step it up in regards to cloud service, because they were prototyping stuff way back before the Switch came out, and yeah, I would like to see that go somewhere.
Well, they got to do that, and I think they need to update their whole online service, to be honest. Like Nintendo just really lacks the competition between PlayStation and Xbox for their online connections, services, and more.
Nintendo's online is not even where Xbox Live was at the time of Halo 2.
No, it really isn't. And I don't think Nintendo really cares either. I think that's the biggest thing. I don't think Nintendo cares all that much. They're like, we're separate, man. Like, we're doing our own thing over here, and you're going to come to us anyways. And they got that right.
Selling.
They got it right. Absolutely. And then to end things off, dude, it's the Xbox Design Lab allows players across the globe the opportunity to express their personalities and open up billions of possible combinations. Today, we have expanded that audience and the range of customization options and colors. So more stuff for Design Lab. More countries are included now as well. So they were kind of limited to some certain regions, and then now they've opened up. So that's really cool. Dude, we're getting late in the show already. This is nuts how fast this goes. I'm telling you. Let's get into what Fortnite is up to, because we talked about them as well. Fortnite developer Epic Games is seemingly testing a first-person mode. Comes from Michael over at PSU. Yo, PSU on fire today. Epic Games is reportedly testing a first-person mode for popular Battle Royale title Fortnite. Never heard of it. According to a new data miner reported by Hypex, the first-person mode
just gave me a bad idea.
Is still apparently in early development, so there's not much going on right now. Although Hypex noted that the new viewpoint would be a great fit for the zero build mode. Scott, would this get you to jump into Fortnite at all?
Of curiosity purely, because I'm curious as to how it works at all. I enjoy PUBG and the way you can flip back and forth between that, but Fortnite's just a little bit different that way. It's a little chunky.